We are here with a very smiling head Kelvin women's basketball coach, Mark Christner, here at the MTI Center. What a day for Kelvin University. Championships all around, and your team cutting down the nets just a bit ago, and you are going dancing to the NCAA tournament. Your thoughts on that?
Well, it's an incredible run for our group. We've played great, and we said all along, coming back probably a month ago, we got what it takes, and our group has come together and coalesced at the right time to come here and to beat Hope last night and to beat Trine, kind of both wire to wire. Speaks a ton about the resolve of our group. The intensity tonight it was an NCAA tournament game. They didn't back down. We knew they wouldn't, but I give so much credit to our seniors. They have been awesome in terms of leading our group, and I'm just so happy for our players. They get to experience the NCAA tournament, and I'm grateful to be here at Calvin. That's kind of what we expect to do a little bit. It's taken a little bit of time to get there, but certainly this is very satisfying.
Well, and you know, you're doing it in a women's league, which has had a national champion. Two teams that were in the Final Four a few years ago, one of which was the one you just beat here tonight. The other one is the one that you beat last night. So, you know, the bar has been set pretty high in this league. That's probably helped push you guys a little bit, I would think.
It certainly has. And, you know, Jeff, we try to schedule in the non-league appropriately so when these games come, we're ready for them. And, I really give our team a ton of credit. I mean, they just have had so much resolve, and they've fought through a fair amount of stuff to kind of get to this point. But our execution, our toughness defensively, especially on Sydney, I'm just really happy. And yeah, it'll be really fun to see where we land. I don't really care. NCAA problems, we'll go, and I like our group, and we'll see what we can do.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about this game. Kind of like last night, you got out to the big start. Defense obviously was there, but you were making shots.
Yes.
When this team makes shots, it's pretty dangerous because defense is your calling card. Then you throw in the offense, all of a sudden it's a dangerous proposition for the other team.
And you know, Hannah Saul has come along in the last month at a high level, and I'm really proud of her work ethic. I mean, she was nails this week, and it just gives us some balance. And Caitlin, you know, I talked to her at halftime. I know she had one shot in the first half, and I'm like, it'll come. We will find some stuff for you. And the execution that her and Val had on this little play that we run on a side where Val cut really hard, and they left Caitlin, and she banged that three in, you know, just nails. And, you know, we're doing it with younger players and a little mix of old players, but our esprit de corps, we'll use that word, and our camaraderie, our chemistry has really helped us get to this point. And we figured some things out offensively, and when we don't turn it over and stick it in, I think, we could be pretty dangerous for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and Fernandez got hot tonight too after kind of being bottled up a little bit last night. That's pretty big when she can get going as well.
For sure, and she's been awesome. Like her three at the end of the third quarter, or shot at the end of the third quarter, just was money. And you know, you need your all-league players to show up. They both did. Not to mention Sally again, played great minutes. Gabby, Jamie gave us a really good lift off the bench. You know, we've kind of got to 9 here in our rotation, and man, everybody played a great role. Our bench was live. They did a nice job of counting down. It's just a complete team deal, and that's what it takes to come here and to beat a team that hadn't lost in the league all year.
I have to tell you this, since I just talked to him a few weeks ago, Greg Affman.
Oh, yeah.
This team reminds me a lot of a vintage Greg Affman team, and I mean that as a compliment. You know, calling card, defense shows up in the postseason, and then that offense keeps getting better. You know, you kind of remember some of those teams he coached, and a lot of those teams went to the NCAA tournament. And now you've got your stamp on a team here, and it's got to feel pretty good.
It feels great. And, you know, Coach Ross is with me. I mean, his standard of excellence coaching our program reminds every day of kind of what we're trying to get to. And, Coach Affman was fantastic. You know, Kim Gall was great for me as a development person. But we know what the expectation is here, and we don't run away from it. We're trying to get better, and we're trying to do it, and it takes a ton of determination. We just reminded, I had a coaching friend share our Instagram reel with me today about just doing it. Just doing it when you're tired, when you're nervous, when you don't feel like it maybe, and our group, man, they resonated with it. We had a great start, not a lot of fatigue from last night, and man, we executed again down the stretch. It was great.
Final question. I mean, for this program, this is a huge bump, you know, after coming out of the whole COVID thing. And like I just said, you know, trying to battle in a conference where you've got some heavyweights, you know, going to the Final Four and all that kind of thing. Now you're kind of putting your stamp out there, and it's a fairly young team. You know, obviously you want to prepare for next week, but this is preparing you for the future too, right?
Sure. I mean, you know, I look at it in terms of, sequences a little bit, in group seasons of 3 and 2 years, even though you have no idea what's going to happen with your personnel. But I think culturally, what Allie, Sophie, Grace, Sally, and Val have done is laid an amazing foundation for another group to come. Not to say that the previous group didn't have great culture either. Yep. They ran into awesome teams and learned. But I think what this group has done is they've just kept showing up for each other. And they've kept working, and they've allowed us to coach them, which is a huge part of it. And yeah, we're thrilled. But we know what the standard is, and we're really grateful to bring a trophy home to Calvin.
Very good. Congrats on an amazing week. What a day for Calvin University, a league championship in indoor track, 2 MIAA tournament titles in women's hoops and men's hoops. We saw the final of that just a second ago.
Awesome.
So go Knights.
Hey, we love being at Calvin. We love our colleagues. Yeah, absolutely. Go Knights, baby.
All righty.